what about Matter? This is a different thing, but it's something that I know you talk about, but we don't. So if you could catch us up on Matter, that would be great.
Okay. Matter. This is for the smart home mostly. You will talk to people about Matter and they're like, oh, it's for businesses, it's for smart buildings. Maybe. We'll wait on that. But 100% Matter is for the smart home. What it is an interoperability layer for a subset of smart home devices. Way back in December 2019, Google, Amazon, Apple, and that's it. Google, Apple, and Samsung. Okay, the big four, they got together and they were like, hey, nobody's buying smart home gear because they're like, does this work with Madam A? Does this work with Hey G? And people hated it. And they were like, okay, we're going to create a way for these things to talk to each other because we really need to sell all this stuff we've built. So that's the cynical version. Then the pandemic happened. It's taken a little bit longer. Matter will be formally announced sometime in the first half of next year, ideally the first quarter. And what it will do is it's really a data model that it talks it'll work over Thread for small data packets and battery-powered devices, and Wi-Fi for things that need more power consumption and more bandwidth. So those are the two radio standards that Matter is going to work on. And what it will do is it shares a data model for how certain devices look and what they do. So you can be a light bulb, and all light bulbs will now be like, I am a light bulb. I turn on, I turn off. Here's my RGB color scale. And all of that is common across all the many different kinds of light bulbs out there. And that way, for consumers, any Matter supported devices will be supported like on your HomePod, on Siri, on Google, on Amazon's Echoes, and it'll be great. There's a bunch of buts. Do you want to talk about the buts?
I do want to talk about the buts because, I'm a home automation enthusiast. Got into it at X10, then got kind of disillusioned, came back to it, and I'm just constantly caught. I just bought some the Apple speakers that sound fantastic, and
the HomePod
I
minis.
Have these, yes,
they're lovely,
amazing. We're going to dot them all around the Williot office, in fact, just to kind of extend the sound from our gramophone player, which is at one end, because I just love the sound so much. But I'm not taking them home because home is Alexa and a bit of Google, and it's like bringing these feuding families together is a nightmare. So I'm really hoping that the Matter is going to put an end to that, and so I'm interested in the but. So what's the but?
Okay, there are a couple. One, it's not actually out yet. Matter is releasing a full SDK, which means that when it launches, it's going to launch really for anybody to easily develop on, theoretically. We don't know. It hasn't launched. So we don't exactly know how all of it's going to work. We do know that Bluetooth will be used for provisioning, but not for other things. And that means anybody who's got devices that run on like Bluetooth today, like your Bluetooth light bulbs, they're not going to be Matter certified going forward. Even some devices, the Thread radio uses the same underlying PHY layer as Zigbee. And that means if you have a Zigbee radio in your device, it might be upgradable to Matter, but that's dependent on the manufacturer. It's dependent on how much memory, and all these things, right? So some of your Zigbee devices may not be upgradable, which means whole hunks of your smart home may not work with Matter. So that's one. Two, not all the devices you might expect will work with Matter. So Matter will not work with like appliances. It will not work with cameras, and that includes like video doorbells. And it will not work with, there's one other thing it doesn't work with. Wearables. So that's still a huge category of things it is going to work with. But, cameras are really important in the smart home. I really would love for like my Fitbit to talk to my home and have it tell things, but not today, not with Matter. So those are the big buts.
So what can we expect interoperability between the Apples, the the Googles and the Amazons. I feel like this is a Shakespearean feud that is constantly going on. Will it ever come to an end? Will they ever live in harmony?
What is likely to happen is in your home, you may have you are a Google and Amazon home, and like my colleague Kevin is a HomeKit home. Both of y'all will be able to buy the same devices, and if they're Matter compliant, they will work within each of your homes. Theoretically, you can have multiple devices in your home, and it should be easy to add those devices and control them from one place. But you're still going to have to pick your one place. So is your one place going to be Amazon? Is it going to be Google? And there are going to be, I expect no shortage of glitches and weirdness simply because you already have that today in the smart home. So the answer is yes, but it's not going to be magic.
I get it. It's reality. Shucks. Thanks for watching this clip from the Mr. Beacon podcast here on YouTube. You can listen to the rest of this episode on iTunes, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. If you enjoyed it, please like and share this video, and be sure to subscribe for more weekly videos. For more information about Wiliot and IoT Pixels, head on over to wiliot.com.